all you flight simmers out there. Commander Kingfish here. Excuse me. And we are back in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and we are doing the Grapes of Wrath Route 66 adventure, which started in Sallisaw, Oklahoma, and we're going to end up in Bakersfield, California. So today is leg 6. We will be departing from Rick Husband Amarillo International, KAMA, and our destination is going to be Tucumcari Municipality, Municipal, KTCC. It's going to be a distance of some 95 nautical miles today. So once I get over into the cockpit and get set up, I'll catch back up with you all. Okay, I am in the cockpit, and I have the plane started up. I have the autopilot all set up. We're going to be flying at 6,000 foot altitude today. As we've been getting closer and closer to the mountains, or as we head west, our elevation continues to climb, which only makes sense. All right, so let me take off here. She will probably start talking about Amarillo here right off the bat, so I'll pull this down. Actually, I'm going to need to have this up. So once I get going, then just like I have in the other legs, I will let you just enjoy the flight. All right, so as soon as I get flying and I get the autopilot set, then I'll pull the nav log down for you.
Amarillo is located in the heart of the Texas Panhandle, in Potter and Randall counties. From our plane, we see a medium-sized city spread over a large flat area. We fly over downtown Amarillo, with its skyscrapers rising from the surrounding plains. The tallest is the 31-story First Bank Southwest Tower, which dominates the skyline. In the heart of the city, we can spot the Route 66 Historic District, with its vintage buildings and restored neon signs. Amarillo's topography is mostly flat, typical of the high plains. However, the city lies on the edge of the Llano Estacado, a vast plateau that covers parts of Texas and New Mexico. Oldham County Airport, also known as Vega Municipal Airport, is located just south of the city of Vega, Texas. The airport facility is relatively small, typical of a regional or county airport. Just beyond it is Vega, the county seat of Oldham County. It was founded in 1899, and the city took its name from the Spanish word for plain or meadow, reflecting the nature of the surrounding landscape. After about 13 miles, we will be in sight of arriving in Adrian, Oldham County. A very small town, but with special significance along historic Route 66. Adrian is the midpoint of Route 66. Exactly halfway between Chicago and Los Angeles, Adrian boasts the titled geocenter of Route 66. A sign or monument marks this significant point, often a destination for travelers nostalgic for the famous road. Glen Rio is a ghost town located squarely on the Texas-New Mexico border. This place offers a fascinating look at the history of Route 66 and the decline of many communities along this historic road. The settlement is almost completely abandoned, with a handful of buildings standing as relics of the past in the vast plains landscape. From the air, we can see how vegetation is slowly reclaiming parts of the city. This process of returning to nature is typical of ghost towns and offers a striking contrast to the abandoned buildings. We continue our journey westward, entering the state of New Mexico and flying over San John in Quay County. We can see a small group of buildings, including the San John Municipal School, which serves the local community. The school is an important focal point for this small rural town. An interesting feature of the landscape is the Canadian River, which flows north of San John. From the sky, we can see the riverbed, which might appear dry or low in water, typical of rivers in this semi-arid region. The topography around San John begins to show more variation than the flat plains of Texas. We can see slight undulations in the terrain, and in the distance to the west the first hints of the mesas and hills that characterize the New Mexico landscape.
Okay, I think it is about time for me to come in here and start taking over. We're about 5 nautical miles out, so let me go ahead and turn off the autopilot, the navigation, and the flight director, and we need to start swinging around. The airport should be off to our left, and as we come around, we'll see it come up in our view. So let's start cutting back on the throttle a little bit. And should be able to start swinging around. Probably about time to put a flap out. And if we start swinging around this way, the airport is right there. A second flap. lined up here. And that looks pretty good. Right. Flare a little bit there. And there we are. On the ground here at Tucumcari. Alright, so I think there is a taxiway coming up here. Okay, we'll get over here and get stopped, and then that should be the end of the leg. And as you can see off over in the distance, we're starting to see a few hills. So I'm guessing that the next leg, we're going to have to maybe jump up to about 7,000 foot altitude. All right. Small airport, kind of out in the middle of nowhere, which is really kind of a lot of New Mexico. So now we have, we started in Oklahoma, we've crossed through Texas, and we're now in New Mexico. So this is, so we are ever so slowly getting towards California. And I'm not going to try to pull into those guys there. We're just going to pull in right here. And I think this is a good spot right here. So let's stop this. Let's set our brake. Let's cut the engine. And let's acknowledge that. And let's flip these up. That off. Those up, flip those up. Turn that off, turn that off. There we go. Leg completed. 44 minutes. All right, so that was, let me get back up to the top here of my notes. And that was Rick Husband Amarillo International, KAMA, to Tucumcari Municipal, KTCC, and that was some 95 nautical miles. So a few points of interest in there. I think the narrator somehow missed one, Wild Dorado, so I'm not sure what that was all about, but we did manage to get here where we're supposed to, and we've got the leg completed. So the next trip, or the next leg, is going to be leg 7 will be KTCC, that's Tucumcari, and we're going to be going to Santa Rosa Route 66, that's KSXU. That ought to be an interesting flight. That's going to be a shorter flight as well. All right, well, I think that about wraps this up. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. It really helps the video out a lot. And please subscribe. That will really help the channel. Okay, all you flight simmers out there, keep those smooth landings coming. And with that, Commander Kingfish is out of here, and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching, everyone.